People are always asking me, how do you sanitize your water? That's a lie, no one's ever asked me that. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. You only need a few things to do this. A funnel, a measuring cup, and a pitcher. Bleach, water. The next thing you'll need to know is how much bleach. A good rule of thumb is 1/4 cup for every 16 gallons. I have a 45-gallon tank, so I need a little less than 3/4 of a cup. Now we don't want to harm any of our equipment, and direct bleach can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pitcher to dilute a little bleach at a time as I put it into the tank, utilizing the funnel. But before I even do that, I'm going to put a little bit of water back in the tank so that there's some water to be mixing with as we add it. Put about a 1/4 cup into my measuring, add the 1/4 cup here, down with this one pitcher, open up my funnel, pour the slightly diluted water, then I'll repeat this step 3 more times. Now for the hardest part of this entire process, filling up a 45-gallon tank on a hot day. So how often do you need to do this? Well, I recommend twice a year or anytime you take it out of long storage. The tank should be perfectly safe to use and to drink out of. So we just finished filling up our freshwater tank. Hot out there, glad to be back in here in the cool. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to run water through all my faucets, etc., long enough to make sure that this new water we just put in with the bleach gets to all the piping. And go ahead and bypass your hot water heater. Don't forget to do your outdoor kitchen and shower. After that, I just top it back off for a good measure and then let it sit overnight. Then the next morning, just drain your freshwater tank. Then fill the tank back up. I like to fill it once, let it sit for a little bit, drop it again, and then fill it up again just to make sure I've got all that bleach smell out of there. Also, don't forget to drain your low points just to make sure you have it all out of the system. And that's it. That's all you have to do to make sure you have a nice clean tank that you can use and no longer be fearful of your freshwater tank. Now, one thing I would say is try to make sure you're using just enough water or using the tank through there about every 2 weeks. You really don't want water sitting in there for more than 2 weeks. So if I'm not going to use a lot, I don't fill it all the way up. Or if I get past the 2 weeks marks and there's been some water in there, I'll go ahead and dump it and refill it.
Yeah, I want just to add
Please
that.
put in the sweet unless you specifically want